Happy birthday, Pop, our beloved father, grandfather, great-great-grandfather, Woody. Woody was born on September the 19th, 1937, in the waning years of the Great Depression. Money was tight, but nevertheless, a picture that exists shows him and his parents and 4 of his 11 siblings in the town of Douglas, where he was born and raised. His dad, our grandfather, and your great-grandfather was a farmer. And to bring a family that size through the Depression must have been an exhausting endeavor for sure. It was tough anyway, especially with 12 head of youngins. As a teenager, he was a good-looking man, or boy, I should say, young man, maybe even a handsome fellow. But he was liked by all the girls in the school, so I'm told. One exceptionally good-looking girl he fell in love with, and much to the dislike of her father, who ran around town with a loaded shotgun to keep his daughter from running off with Woody. But it didn't work. They got married anyway and ran off. And they must maybe have spent their honeymoon at the beach. Anyway, that picture of them at the beach. That cute girl became our beloved mother, your grandmother, affectionately known as Nanny. To provide for his new family, he enlisted into the United States Air Force, and soon his growing family was off to Italy, informing all the locals and the contemporaries about what the weather was doing. So like all military service tours, they come to an end. And once that was ended, then it was followed up by another reassignment to a more remote area without the family that he left for 13 months in the presence of his family, his mom and dad and brothers and sisters. They took care of us, his family, while he was serving in Korea. And then that was preceded by stunts in Rantoul, Illinois, Lincoln, Nebraska, and to name a few. And lastly, Fort Stewart, where he was discharged after 26 years with the rank of Master Sergeant. Good service life for sure. In this picture, we see the true weatherman in his immaculate kept uniform that he wore for 26 years. And on another side, that flat top he had that he wore for 26 years. I remember one time he got a present from some of his men. They called him Mr. Flat Top Adams. I guess that he was getting on to them about their hairstyle whenever he was in charge of them. Anyway, that was a funny. Our parents were proud to serve in the United States Air Force, without a doubt. Both of them, Mom and Dad, both were proud of his service. And I remember once off duty, he was a pretty accomplished bowler, and he bowled a perfect score of 300, 1971, at Fort Stewart. Dad earned him savings bonds, a fancy sports jacket, a diamond ring, and lastly, a pretty good sizable headache, best as I can remember. I watched him throw every one of those strikes that particular night, 1971. And it was apparent that the Adams family from Douglas, with his 11 siblings, they grew into a sizable family, as you can see in one of the reunions that we had at his sister, our Aunt Wanda's house. Boy, we had some sizable family reunions over the course of time. But anyway, this particular one was held at Wanda's house. And I remember after retiring, or he retired, we had a first cousin, Darren, and he was flying on Air Force One, and we got the occasion to go to Savannah one day, and we were able to explore Air Force One. We thought that was a pretty good venture, thanks to our cousin and his nephew, Darren Joyner. And then, as it is in life, time moves on, and before you knew it, or before Pop knew it, he and Mom were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. Boy, that was special. Well, after that, someone had the presence of mind to take a picture during a meeting with 8 of his 11 living siblings. One of the reunions we had. But his favorite people in this world were much closer to home. And that being said, home is where he enjoys his favorite pastime. And that's holding a great-grandchild, such as Shug, and the many others too. Especially when he was around the backyard swimming pool entertaining his visitors. He loves having company over that swimming pool. He faithfully attends services at Gun Branch Baptist Church, in which he's a member since 1974. You know, Pop never misses a Sunday school session. Luckily, he's surrounded by his immediate family, not only in this picture, but we all live on the property surrounding his. And with that spirit, we'll all chime in and sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Pop.